while he was while he was
Welcome to another episode of Built Different. I have Balistic Man here. I want to thank him already for being willing to do this interview. Good? No problem. I'm excited for this one. 1, 2, 3. We're in Sweet Sounds, a shop over here on the west side on Grand Street. Been around a staple in the community for years, you were saying.
Yes, sir. Sweet Sound Music, man. We here.
Sweet Sound
Definitely
Music.
a legendary spot.
And this is sick. First time in here, but they got shoes, they got jerseys, you got your own merch, Buffalo
We got
Herd.
Buffalo Herd. We got music. You know what I'm saying? He does everything here. Shout out to my brother Cito here at Sweet Sound. You know what I mean? Thank him for having us.
Yeah,
He get royal treatment. He closed down the store and all that.
I know. Feel royal for sure.
Just for y'all, yeah.
And the jersey's got my favorite number too. That's my high school number. Football, 88.
88, yeah.
That's one of my favorite ones. So I'm pumped for this. I met you through Madeline, Buffalo Food Site at her birthday party, which was sick. She did a good job.
Maddie's the homie.
Yeah, she's
Maddie's
dope.
I love Maddie.
Yeah, she got a lot of
Shout
energy.
out to Maddie, man. Shout out to Buffalo Food Celeb.
Everywhere. Not even Buffalo anymore. World tripping.
If there's anybody about Brandon, it's Maddie.
Absolutely.
She don't play. Shout out to Jimmy Scott Jr. too.
Yep. He's cooking on Instagram, literally cooking. Man, growing as well.
Yes.
So I met you and we were chopping it up there a little bit. Now, he's a very cool dude, down to earth.
Yeah.
Definitely can tell you very humble.
Yes, thank you.
Listen to the music. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
Listen to some of the music. I went back. We're going to get into a lot of different stuff, but I can tell you have appreciation for the craft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes down to the pen, when it comes down to the beats,
Yeah.
feature-wise, which I want to speak into, but just like really could hear from the music. You've been doing it for a while.
Right.
So, you know, in this day and age, we got a lot of artists who, well, you can call them artists, you can call them phenoms or fads, but you can just pop off on TikTok.
Right.
And that just be the extent of your career. Didn't really have too much to do. Just like, I'll make a song one day.
Hot pocket. I call it the hot pocket effect. Microwave.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just make a little trend. You know, someone gets on there, make a dance.
Yeah.
It'll pop off, and then it's not really like true musicianship, but
Right.
They could be. You never know.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it could have
I know
been.
what you're saying.
I could tell you have the appreciation for the craft. So.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yep. So we'll get into that. I do want to say first, I want to thank you to everyone who supports me because we had a little mishap with cameras. The show goes on. Thankful to Kevin for encouraging. Thankful for Steven. Got Mitch who let me use his camera and my friend Lydia. So thankful for everybody watching. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I appreciate that. So get into Balistic Man.
Yeah.
I want to know, where were you born? What was early life like?
I was born in Buffalo, New York, downtown Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
Life was, crazy. You know what I mean? The usual, kids just growing up in Buffalo, being all over the city, west side, downtown, east side. Going through the usual motions, school, friendships, relationships, and then street, issues.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was fun. It was just a usual kid growing up. I want to say, and then I just ran into some unusual situations. I think, well, could be usual depending on
Who you're around.
who you're around,
Yep.
where you're from, right?
Mhm.
Exactly, your environment,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because I heard it was, I'm not from Buffalo. I moved here when I went to school in Fredonia. And moved up here.
Fredonia.
Yeah, Fredonia, which was a party school when I went there. It's not the same anymore, but
Yeah.
party school.
Yeah.
But I heard Buffalo, I mean, obviously we're a little bit older. It was different when back
Oh, it was
then.
wild. Yeah.
Like Chippewa, they said was much different.
Wow. Yes.
The west side, even Allentown, lower west side, they said was rough. back
Yeah, I mean it's still rough. It's still tough. I mean Buffalo doesn't change too much. It's on the on and up though. You know what I mean? But it definitely was really rough growing up. Chippewa. One of my peoples, I got shot. On Chippewa. You know what I mean? Back in the day. I'm not gonna put his name out there, but Chippewa is definitely rough. It's Buffalo, man. It's the inner city. It's East Coast. Poverty, is high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just one of these cities, man. It's just not. We don't know nothing else. So I think people, when we start talking about Buffalo, people think we're tending to like boast and brag, but it's like, yo, this is something that y'all just getting familiar with outside. As far as like on the entertainment side, you know what I mean? I believe. And if you go back and just do your history, your due diligence, Buffalo's always been in the East Coast or the New York State, definitely in the top most dangerous cities. You know what I mean? And growing up in it, you see so much. You know what I mean? I mean, you got a hood everywhere, but you know what I mean. We just getting used to. I feel like to people seeing what Buffalo's about.
What it's
like
what's
Buffalo.
about.
What's Buffalo, New York? Buffalo wings. You know what I mean? It's like Nah, it's more than
It's
Buffalo.
way more
you know
than
what
that.
I mean?
It's South Canada, but it's way
Rick
more
James,
than
the
that.
whole Rick James, Goo Goo Dolls,
Yeah.
Brian McKnight,
Yep.
Black Rob. A lot
Rob
of people, Griselda, obviously,
Yep.
Balistic Man.
Yep,
so, but it's a lot, Buffalo Bills, Sabres, but it's a lot. There's a lot more. The story is deep. You know what I mean? The story gets deep. So
Exactly.
Buffalo's got a rich history.
Yeah, and I've been learning that since being here. Because I'm from the tri-state area.
Okay.
So in all honesty, I really didn't even know. Like, it's crazy to think about. I really didn't even know what the Bills were, and I was 6 hours away. Like, I knew they were in the same conference because I lived in Cape Cod for a portion of life, so I ended up becoming a Patriots fan, which is no longer allowed, and I don't really speak too much about that. And we won't end it there. But either way, when I got up here, it was like the love for the Bills was overwhelming. And Bills Mafia is a real thing, and people are crazy about that. And I'm like, y'all are nuts. Like, this is different.
It's been like that forever.
Yeah, that's what they've been telling me. It's different. I've been going to tailgates. Went to my first NFL games here.
Yeah, man. And I tell people all the time, man, when they be like, oh, I'm going to leave Buffalo, I'm going to go. I'm like, go. Bye. Yeah. Take your friends with you. Listen, there's that building downtown that says keep Buffalo secret. That is really, like when you get to a certain level or a certain age, you appreciate that. You appreciate that. Yeah, Buffalo. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Stay out.
So we can come home and
we keep it for us. We don't want all you just stay wherever you go, wherever you're go ahead. You know what I mean?
That's
just
fine.
keep talking.
Going to Florida.
What I mean?
I usually go to Florida.
Right. Go wherever. Listen, I love Florida.
Yeah.
Like I said, but Buffalo is beautiful. Mm-hmm. I love the seasons. I love we have a whole different outlook on life. We're right across the border. We're the other side of the border.
Yep.
We got a lot of different. Just a different outlook on life. I think Drake growing up in Toronto and giving his a lot of people don't know he's got a Buffalo history. Well, he finally explained it.
The radio station.
So the radio station. Well, they used to spin me. DT. Shout out to DT. There was Unsigned Hype back in the day. We all used to be on it. Benny the Butcher. And it was Buffalo and Toronto. Okay. So he would go do Buffalo and Toronto a lot. And Drake was on there. I was on there. I was obviously, just a younger coming up, but a lot of artists from Buffalo to Toronto used to be on. So our histories are just starting to come out. Mm-hmm. I think when he came out, it was inevitable that the next thing was Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And you've seen him shout Buffalo on a few records. Yep. He talked about it. Obviously Griselda, they're speaking big on it, and now people are just like, wait, hold on, there's more.
It's been going on for a while.
What's going on? So that's dope. You know what I mean? It's definitely. People are starting to see, what's out here and stuff like that. It's a whole recognition. And then they're like, that's New York still?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's Buffalo, New York. You know what I mean? We're just the Western New York. You know what I mean? Western side. So it's just like when you think of New York, you think of the city. You know what I mean? Anywhere you go, everywhere I've been, you hear Buffalo, New York. You're like, New York?
Yep.
Like, no, not New York City, Buffalo, New York. Nah, man, that's New York.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They don't realize the middle New York, all the country.
Right. In between, that
they don't think about
between us and New York State. Yeah,
exactly. So much is open space, southern tier. Yeah. Forget that all that.
And then you get right here, and then it's like, what? Like people are like, you start hitting, cities like Utica, Rochester, Lockport, Niagara Falls, Buffalo, which is going to be obviously the Queen City, the biggest before you get over the border to Toronto. So or Canada, So.
Yep. That makes sense.
Shout out to Canada, too.
Shout out to Canada. I've been there a long time.
Man, I miss Canada so much, bro. I used to go to Clifton Hills.
I've heard of Clifton Hills. I got invited to Clifton Hills. My boy has a cottage out there. A lot of cottages.
I used to go to just right on the party section, right there, the strip, and I would just go every weekend. And now, man, ever since I caught that F, man, I can't get back over the border now.
Oh, you can't at all?
Nah, man, it's just hard. Yeah, over there.
Which is wild because we literally can see it.
Right, yo, listen, I don't even like going to the fall. I get sick. I mean, you ever been sick? Like I look over and I'm sad because it's so just close, so easy. It's right there. It's I just want to, and you can't. It's like you just want to touch it. You can't.
Damn.
So.
Well, I do want to get into that. I like you went to high school here too. I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, for a little while, for the time I wasn't.
For the time, okay.
Yeah.
And then I guess
South Park.
South Park.
I went to South Park and I went to Riverside. I went to Riverside for a little bit and then I went to South Park High School.
Okay.
Yep.
Very nice.
And then I dropped out.
And you dropped out?
Yeah.
Well, plenty of dropouts have done amazing things.
Yeah.
So you're still going.
I got my GED in away at Bad Boy school.
In Bad Boy school?
I did get my GED though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you could speak on however much you want to and not, but I guess what was that like? Because you said you entered in, you ended up dropping out.
Yeah.
Just I guess it more or less the word for the term into the streets.
Yeah.
It just took.
That's pretty much what it was. I was just, young, no guidance. My older brother was in and out of jail. My stepfather, my father was in jail most of my life, and everybody, when you go, sometimes when you get, you want to follow the right path, but without a male, being a male, and they say having girls is going to be a problem, but having boys is my because my son, I have a son, and I gotta, they emulate everything, so it's like. Yeah. Going home with no male figure, and then you in the streets, and it's just in every single time you get to the streets, it's just like you eventually you cave, and you go, you got your boys, we all in the we want the nice clothes, we want this, we want that, we want the money, you know what I mean, you want the girls, and your boys turning and they making thousands of dollars,
yeah,
you know what I mean, and it's next thing you know, it's like I gotta jump on, I'm trying to jump on that wave, and that's what it was, you know what I'm saying, and I was like, man, school. Man, it was so much going on in my life that academics I couldn't focus. You know what I'm saying? And it seems a lot easier like said than done, but I just couldn't focus. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff going on when I get home. Things weren't right. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'm back out in the streets. I'm not thinking about that. So I eventually just dropped out and just headed to the streets.
Head to the streets. Well, I mean,
pretty much.
I guess while you were in there, I do like to go back. What was your first influences in music? Like when did that happen?
Music, man. I've always wrote rhymes and stuff when I was younger. Tupac is my favorite rapper.
Okay.
So I always say that.
That says a lot, though.
Tupac was my favorite rapper. Tupac made me want. I got a saying, and I say this to everybody. Tupac made me want to be a rapper. Big Pun made me want to rap.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is Tupac was the whole package. He was everything. We used to watch his videos. I used to be in front of the TV like, how do you want it? You know what I mean? I had the first time I bought a cassette tape, I remember when I was a kid, I saved up my money. I went to the store. They had the bootleg cassettes. Mm-hmm. I bought the All Eyes on Me joint. Took it home. I was playing the joint. I had it for months, and one day my pops came in. He was like, man, what you listening to? I'm like, Tupac. He was like, man, give me this. Took that shit.
He probably went to listen to it too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He probably went to go listen to it. But Pac made me want to be a rapper. I'm like, yo, man, I would love to do that. And then when I remember, like I said, I told my boys, like when I first heard Pun, I heard I think my older brother and my brother-in-law were listening to Don Cartagena, and they were listening to the one song, and Pun is like, dead in the middle, and I was like, damn, who is that? They were like, boy, how you Puerto Rican? You don't know who Pun is?
No.
I'm like, I'm a kid. You know what I mean? I'm young as hell. And I'm like, nah, who is that? So, man, I got the cassette, got the CD, and just started listening to him. And I was like, the wordplay was just outstanding. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, if he could do it, I could do it. So I just started writing rhymes. Really English class. English class, they would have us write some poetry, stuff, I believe, like that. And then I would write rhymes and stuff like that. And I would I was like, oh, this poetry is almost like writing raps. Mm-hmm. So
that's all it is.
I started formatting my raps
Tupac
around
too.
Yep.
His stuff was like pretty much poetry. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Street poetry. That's exactly what it was. And
I started formatting my raps with that. You know what I mean? And I would get back in the day, you used to go to the store and get the singles. Yeah. I don't know if you remember that. So you used to go to the store, you get the singles, and on each single they would have the instrumental. So it'll be the single, the radio version, and the instrumental. Yep. I will buy all the singles I like and write raps to them joints. You know what I'm saying? Hard. Write raps like that. Yep.
That's hard. And I bet you we'll speak about that too, but came full circle meeting Fat Joe.
Oh,
and Pun being the reason why you rap.
Yeah. That was, man, you know what I mean? That was just a moment, man. It was just like, oh, you know what I mean? Like this Joe for real. Like, you know what I mean? It was dope, man. It was definitely a moment.
He's so iconic too, just the way, like his voice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's almost
one
like
of a kind,
DJ
man.
Drama. When you hear that voice, you're like, yo, that's commanding.
He's a legend, who it is. He's a great dude, man. Genuine as hell, real as hell. We gotta cherish him. You know what I mean? That we have him. You know what I mean? Because he's done a lot for hip hop and for the culture. You know what I'm saying?
And still will make hits.
It's still
got bangers.
Still banging out. You know what I mean?
That's what you can expect from Fat Joe. He may just come out like every now and then.
He's spitting.
But he's still spitting to this day.
He was on
recognize
that Nems Bing Bong remix not too long ago. He was killing it.
I'm gonna get into that too because I dove back into the music in your catalog.
Oh yeah,
saw Nems on there way before. Way before that. Yeah. But Nems, shout out to Nems, man. Bing Bong. I was like,
my guy right
there.
Went
viral. You on
love
track?
Nems. That's another thorough dude. I love Nems. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy right there. He's a good dude.
He's
humble. He
too.
Keep it 100% official. I fuck with him.
You guys shot that video. That was in Staten Island.
Coney Island.
Okay, I saw the that little roller coaster in the back.
Yeah,
I saw that.
That was so dope. Yeah, it was dope. It was definitely official. Yeah.
That's dope. So you said English class, writing poetry, always writing rhymes.
Right.
I guess when did you first put it to a microphone? When did you start?
I was about
recording?
16, and my cousin was her baby father had a studio, and I went up to him. His name is Frank V. Shout out to Frank V. And I told him like, "Yo, can I rap, man?" Da, 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 da. He's like, "Man, I don't know if you ready." I'm like, "Man, I swear to God, man, I got some." And he was like, and I think he was just looking, but yo, you know what? He gave me the opportunity. He let me spit in his mic, and when he heard me, he was like, "Whoa, yo, you rap, you really rap." I was like, "I told you, man. Like, I think I, you know what I mean?" He was like, "Nah, yo," and ever since then, man, I've been rapping, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I would always be nervous to spit because I I know they looking at me like, look, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
shout out to my brother Buddha Bumps too. Like, so all my older brother, all the older cats in my neighborhood too, they would be rapping and they would have ciphers all the time, and I'll just be in the little and I'll be just bobbing my head, and he'd be like, "Man, come on, spit something." And I used to be like, "Nah, man." He's like, "Man, I know you over here, you got something over your head." And then I started spitting here and there, and then they like, yo, you know what I mean? I didn't have a rap name, so they call me Jimmy. So they like, "Yo, Jimmy, you better spit, man. You better." So and I just started rapping, man, and that's pretty much how I started spitting. You know what I mean? Yeah, when I was younger. Yep, about 16. Putting it to the mic and then going to studios, going to showcases, and stuff like that. You know.
Okay, because I was gonna ask that too. So, when was the first time you started recording? When was the first time you performed? I know you said the
actually right here on Gray Street.
Wow.
Not here at this store. Right down the street. It was a club called Stage One. They used to call in the hood. They called it Stab One.
Oh,
everybody's getting that. That's why he's not here no more. People was getting stabbed left and right. We on the west side.
Damn.
And I was a kid, and I'll never forget. I performed this joint I had called "Last of the Dying Breed." People loved that joint. I performed that joint on stage, and it was just like it was official. It was dope. That was when and my whole squad was up there. So, I remember that. I was a kid though. That's the first time I performed.
Okay, I see in your face too, bring back the memory.
Yeah, because
you get that feeling.
Well, first of all, I'm in this joint called we didn't call it Stage One. We called it Stab One. So I'm like, damn, man, the first joint I got to be in is a hip hop event at Stab One on the west side on Gray Street. We gonna get stabbed. Everybody about to get stabbed. Yo, all I'm thinking about is like just American Me and Blood In, Blood Out. There's a bunch of Puerto Ricans just pulling knives out, stabbing each other. Everybody just, I'm fucking in freshman year of high school. I'm fucking 14 years old, 15 years old. So, you know what I mean? But it ended up being a good show. Great. Nothing happened. Everything was great. It was dope. And, it was, it made me feel like, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? If I work, I got to work harder. You know what I'm saying? I got to work. And, because you're not going to always be, people don't understand, you're not going to always be in front of your people. You're not going to always be in front of your hometown.
You got to travel. That's the whole purpose. You have to. Yep. And being able to be comfortable on stage. Because you got some people who can go hard in the studio. Yeah. But then when they get on stage, it doesn't translate the same way.
Man,
so
it's tough.
I've seen some people too. It's just like, I really like their music, and they get that. I'm like, they could have done a little bit, to get it going. But that's just, you have to be able to feel that. Yeah. Some people are more comfortable on stage than they are in the studio too. Just want to be on stage, want to perform.
Yeah, give it. Shout out to the comedians, man. Like
for real.
You gotta I started. You gotta take a page out of their book, man, and create a set and get comfortable and perform it to yourself, and you know what I mean, and really develop a set, and you know what I mean, and know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta. Everybody's different. Everybody's custom to the way they. You know what I mean? You gotta present it in a certain manner. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
People gotta accept it. So it's a tough thing. When you're in the studio, it's more intimate.
Yeah, it's
creative control. You know what I'm saying? But out there, you in a different environment, so you gotta develop that set. Stick to it. If you get some booze, you're gonna get some booze, but you gotta fight through that. You know what I mean? Because I done performed all over, man. New York, Philly, everywhere you name the city, I done been there. You know what I'm saying? I say it all the time. I slept on the side of the road so many nights. I mean, going to different cities. I still do.
Yeah.
Still do, man. Sleeping on the side of the road, sleeping in the back of the, you know what I mean? It's tough. It's the show business, man.
That's the grind right there, though. As you come up, that's the grind. I was going to ask that too. You led it right into it. When you sometimes write, do you write it thinking about the way it's going to be performed?
Yeah. Now I started writing more performance songs. So now lately, so I mean, it all depends. I used to be, everything's creative. But I'm trying. I've been recently more like, obviously, if you listen to songs like "Work Hard for This," "Word Up," you know what I mean, high energy joints. Last one with Nems, "Strong as Shit," SAS. They're high. You know what I mean. Everything's high level because going on and performing on stage is different than performing into the. So you might have songs that are great songs that are just a certain. They give a certain vibe and energy while you listening in the car. But they might not translate that great on stage. So it just depends. Some joints, my next joint, I believe, will be more of a vibe in the car and listen, but on stage won't be the best. You know what I mean? Performance wise.
But at least you know that though.
Right.
Learn that.
But there's nothing wrong with creating and trying shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's just you can't say I don't want to stay stuck in a box.
Yeah, no.
I'm always trying new stuff.
It's a good song like that. It's like I'm stuck in a box. That R&B joint. Right? Yeah. I like that one too. Yeah. So I like to say, when it comes to hip hop, I like to think of myself as a student too, because like I've been listening to a lot of hip hop for a long time. I've been a producer. Not many people know that, but I've been producing beats for like 14 years now.
Oh, word?
And I still make quite a bit of beats.
Nice.
Thank you. And I rap for a little bit too.
Nice.
It was good. I just got tired of hearing white people and just started to rap a little bit. But that was pretty much it. But I can tell, I was going to say, from your pen, it's versatile. And I feel like when you write, it's like to tell a story.
Right.
When you approach it to tell a story, but in the flyest way possible.
Right.
That would be correct?
Yeah.
In the way you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, because I went all the way back and I was like, saw the video, it was 8 years ago when we first uploaded the first YouTube video, listened to the letter to Eminem. And that was dope. That was dope coming to tell that story.
I wanted to pay homage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anything can happen, and I just want to make sure that, you know what I mean, if we was to lose Eminem or something like that I paid homage while he was here. We gave him his flowers while he was here. I think we need to do that. You know, but the word homage, people act like this just like a bad thing.
You wait till they dead or something.
Yeah, you wait till they dead. Yeah, listen, no, do that while you're here. If that's one of your favorite artists, you know. I did the same thing with Pac, Puerto Rican Pac. You know, that was my tribute to Pac. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. I titled it Puerto Rican Pac. Somebody else was like, man, you call yourself the Puerto Rican Pac, man. I said, man, listen, somebody said you should have called it Tupac Tribute. I said, bro, that sounds like bland chicken.
Yes, it does. With no seasoning.
You can go write you a song and call it Tupac Tribute.
Exactly.
That's perfectly fine. My joint is called Puerto Rican Pac.
Yep.
So go ahead and do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? And the point of that song was just like saying that that's how big Pac was. That he could influence. There's a Chinese Pac, there's a black Pac, a white Pac, a Mexican Pac. That he was so big that he could influence a kid, that some Puerto Rican kid growing up in Buffalo to want to do something that big. That was my meaning behind it. So if you listen to that song, there's a bunch of Pac references, but it was a tribute to him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Puerto Rican Pac. That's my tribute. I wasn't gonna name it Tupac tribute. I'm like, bro, like that just sounds so. Same thing with Letter to Eminem.
Yeah.
Eminem tribute. Like that just sounds so.
Eminem sounds better.
Right. You know? Exactly. So it's just I do things my way. You know?
Yeah. Speaking of that, I was like, one of my favorite songs, and I want to ask you if you're getting back into it all, but La Crema.
La Crema, yeah. That's another tribute.
That's another tribute too?
So there was a band we used to grow up, so me, Wally, and Kaba. Shout out to Wally and Kaba, and shout out to 80 Empire. They're great. They're multi-platinum producers, great brothers. The Reza brothers from 80 Empire, they produced that. And pretty much that song, there was a band called La Crema. It's still around and stuff like that. Shout out to Jesse and the whole band. When we were little at all the Hispanic the Puerto Rican festivals, Latino festivals, they would perform all over. And we used to watch them, me, Wally, and Kaba. You know what I mean? We performed at some of the festivals when we were kids. And on a different aspect, not hip-hop or not reggaeton, those guys just in general, they do old school Spanish. So just performing and being a part of seeing just the performance level and the band and just everything was inspiring to us. We obviously were like, oh my God, you know what I mean? That would be cool to be like that. We obviously chose, they're doing reggaeton, I'm doing hip hop, but we're all Latino and we all sat down and we were like, so Wally's on La Crema was supposed to be out before Puerto Rican Pac was.
Oh, okay.
But I figured when me and Wally linked and collaborated, I was like, yo, listen, they're going to be expecting us to do some Spanish shit at first. But I got this raw song I'm working on. It's a tribute to Tupac, and man, I love Pac. So I'm like, you can just put your Spanish twist on it, and we did that together. Shout out to 80 Empire, they produced that, and then we went and we did La Crema after.
La Crema, okay.
Yeah. So shout out to La Crema. It's actually that's another tribute. People, a lot of titles have a little bit of background, like people. I'm giving y'all some history.
Some
what I'm saying?
Some game
when you see
it.
that song, it's got a little bit of background, a little flavor to it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. It's one of my favorite songs. And I was going to ask, too, if it's going to be like a trend. Because I want to hear some more. We know Bad Bunny popping.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of different Latin artists right now going off.
Yeah.
And that was smooth. That was smooth.
So, we'll definitely be working on some new stuff. Kawa got some things in the works that he's working on. Wiley got some new things that he's working on. We just got to get back together, and then we'll be getting back to work. We're going to definitely drop some new stuff.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. All right. So, take a quick break right here. We'll time out and then come right back.
This that new batch. We must pay homage to him.
Yeah, that's what I like about that. I feel like today's music, we have a lot of hard beats, especially Griselda. That's their sound.
Yeah.
But like, I
That's
love when they
original
make
hip hop boom bap.
and the boom bap in straight New York.
Yeah,
That old New York sound, which you have a lot of in your music too.
Yeah.
That classic New York sound.
Yeah.
Were you consciously thinking about that when you were starting to create your sound, like you wanted a real New York, or just that's the way you?
When I honestly, I always I flow on everything, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, like if you ask anybody about me, like it's any of my old school members and stuff like that. Like I'll tell a funny story. My boy probably like, oh, why you tell that story? But one time we used to have writing sessions, bro, and I'll never forget. I was just writing to the one beat, the Akon beat, and it was like a Jamaican type beat, Jamaican style beat, and I rap on anything. So I was the one that was always coming up with even the new song with David Corey. Get back, that's me. I was singing that, and then David sang that part, and I deleted it. I write everything, you know what I'm saying? Worked hard for this. That wasn't my song. I just got asked to jump on that song, and I created the song. Yeah, that's actually the Shark. Shout out to the Shark and them boys. So, like I said, I remember I was writing one song, and it was like a Jamaican. So he's like, man, this ain't hip hop. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, this shit gonna be hot. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I'm out, and he bounced. And when I went and I did the song. It was playing. This was like a few weeks later, and he's listening. He's like, "Yo, man, you ain't ever showed me that joint. That shit hot." I was like, "Let me get on that joint." I said, "Man, you said this joint wasn't hip hop." He's like, "Man, I'm getting on that shit, bro." You know what I'm saying? And I never ever. I did a remix on a mixtape one time to Michael Jackson's Human Nature.
Really?
I rapped on that beat when I was young. Yeah, I was. Any beat I could get.
Tough.
I told you I come.
Yes.
This was my old school way of writing. I would go to the music store and I would get any singles. It didn't matter if it was Michael Jackson, Outkast, Tupac. I would buy the singles, and on the singles, like I said, they would have the instrumentals at the end, and I would write to anything. So I'll come from that era. So that's like you said, the penmanship comes from that because. I'm not just rapping to one style beat. I'm rapping to whatever I got a beat to rap to. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would write.
Which is artistry in the grand scheme.
Yep. And when I was a kid, that's what I was doing. I was going to the store and I would buy it out at the Main Place Mall. I don't know if you know about the Main Place Mall.
I remember it was closed down now.
Yeah, it's closed down now. But there was a store where they sold music and they had all the singles, like you could buy singles, and I would buy like 20 singles. Just songs and then have the beat. I remember I bought the Outkast, Me and You, Yo, rapping on every single beat I could get my hands on back then. I mean, there was no such thing as just jacking beats. I guess that was jacking beats back then. You know what I mean?
But now you just hop on YouTube and type instrumental, it's usually there.
Right.
But it wasn't like that back then.
Yep.
Say Outkast. My dad had the I like the way you
move. I'm talking about Outkast, elevators. Like that joint is way older than that, man. Like I just remember grabbing all them joints and just rapping on whatever beats I could rap on, man.
That's crazy, but that's practice right there.
Yeah,
and getting used to the craft. I was gonna ask too. I mean, so the first time I saw you did a song with Benny, was I think on YouTube. Now I don't know how long relationship's been, but I think it was 4 years ago. The first song that came out.
Body Not Found. I don't know if it was about 4. It probably was a little longer. But Body Not Found was, I think, Body Not Found and That First They Loved You. We went back to back a couple nights to the studio. So I've known Benny. Me and Benny been on mixtapes since being here in Sweet Sound. We used to all bring our mixtapes here when we were younger.
Okay.
So if you go back here, he used to have a wall of CDs, and you would see my first brick. You see Balistic Man's Murder Them on my mixtapes. I believe Conway, Westside. Shout out to Future, my boy Thugs, man. Everybody used to be here. We used to all have our mixtapes up. D Black, rest in peace. And we've been on DVDs together, since like DVDs and same mixtapes around the town for years. You know what I mean? So we, I reached out to him once I came home. A little while after I came home, I got off tour with David Corey.
Okay.
So I didn't get a chance to network with him. When I got off tour with David, I reached out to Benny and I was like, yo, let's get some work done. You know, people have been asking for years. I don't know about you, but at least for me, like, yo, we need a Balistic Man and Benny the Butcher. We need a Balistic Man and Benny joint. We need a Balistic Man and Benny joint. So I was like, yo, let's get to work. And we did At First They Loved You. That was the first joint we did. Shout out to Thugsman, my bro Thugsman. He's a monster. He's super talented. Raps, sings, plays every instrument. He produced that beat. We locked in at Thugsman's. We did At First They Loved You. And then I played it for my boy. He was like, yo, I like this joint. But we need another joint. This can't be
the DJ Khaled,
we need another one. So I'm like, really? He's like, man, nah. So we went back the next day. Not the next day, like a couple nights later. And we did Body Not Found. And Thugsman produced them. And they both had great feedback. You know what I mean? Body Not Found was just, people were like, whoa. Like, Body Not Found was for the bars. You know what I'm saying?
Bars, yeah.
At First They Loved You was rocking on the radio though for like 2 years. It was like, I was like, all right, we went in there and I just made it, let's make a joint. We had the, it was catchy hook, great beat. We both went in, but they're like, nah, it's Benny the Butcher and Balistic Man. We need something harder than that. I was like, what, man? Go back. So I was like, all right, yo, I hit him back. I was like, yo, B, we got to go back in the lab. You know what I mean? He's like, all right, let's do it. I saw it. And he luckily, man, like I said, man, Benny's official. He came right through. And when Body Not Found came on, then he was like, I'll never forget. He was like, yo, he told Thugsman, he said, yo, at 16? Thugsman was like, yeah. He's like, give me 2 of those. I was like, oh, Benny dang. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you listen to the joint, it's 2 separate verses for me, and then Benny's like, actually got 2 16s. So when I jump in and I'm like right in the middle, I'm like, nobody but a still brother hurts for me. That's his second 16 coming in. That man or whatever. But when he said that, I was like, yeah, the butcher coming.
The butcher coming. The butcher coming. That's wild.
I found, yep.
So that takes, I mean, that's like, you guys have the history of being here, so the mixtapes on the wall.
Yeah.
And
you go back, you ask Cito, anybody, like we've been doing. Well, Cito's, we've been doing this forever. We go, this is the spot. This is on the west side, at least. This is one of the biggest spots, and still standing here. You know what I'm saying? That used to push the everybody's tape. You wouldn't have no music out here on the west side if it wasn't for Cito. And yeah, me and Benny used to always have all of our stuff in here. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Did you ever? I guess looking at how far they are now, Griselda, and obviously being a part of friends with them. Did you see it back then that they could be this?
I looked up to Benny when I was younger.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm younger than Benny, a lot younger. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they realize that, but I am. You know what I mean? I just, I was always a young boy. You know what I mean? Around a lot of older dudes. They always thought I was older than what I was. Almost a decade younger, right? So, but so I always like hearing Benny, back in the day, like Benny was, 2 Chainz Benny back then. And
I heard that the other day on an interview that he was 2 Chainz Benny.
He was 2 Chainz Benny before there was 2 Chainz.
Before there was 2 Chainz.
Yeah, he was 2
Chainz.
Yeah.
Said the name, and then he was like, "Yeah, just gotta."
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not to take nothing away from 2 Chainz. You know what I'm saying? I believe he was Titty Boy or some shit.
Titty Boy, yeah.
So
2 Chainz. Yeah.
When he came out as 2 Chainz, we was like, the whole city was like, how is that possible? 2 Chainz is Benny. You know what I mean? So, looking up to him and seeing what he used to do on all the mixtapes and everything like that, and he was one of the top tiers on the tapes. So, looking up to him and seeing where they came, I always, if I said if anybody's gonna do it other than myself, because I was like, I'm going higher, it will be Benny.
Yeah.
So it wasn't surprising when he got put on, and then he even leveraged his situation to bigger than what it was. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't surprising because Benny's, he's built for it. You know what I'm saying? And he's been through all the battles. You know what I'm saying? He's been through everything he needed to be through. He's war tested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's ready. You know what I mean? He's ready to go as far as hip hop. So it wasn't surprising.
And
You know what I mean?
everybody got bars.
Everybody got bars. You know what I'm
Everybody
saying?
got
So
bars.
it's all about perseverance. I literally, like I said, I remember seeing him. I don't know if you remember. I remember seeing him when he had first came home, and I had just got arrested. I was going in. I don't know if he knew though. I was about to go in, and I remember seeing him. And he had just came home, and I was like, I heard he just came home, and I was like, yo, B, what up? He's like, what up? Oh shit, what up? I mean, I'm like, welcome home, blah, 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 but I don't think he realized I was about to go in.
Yep.
So, like I said, just being through everything from letting the bottoms of the bottoms, you know what I mean, being at the rock bottom and then going all the way, you know, coming back and then fighting, you know, grinding it out, and you know, you got to respect that, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean, and it wasn't surprising to see where he got to.
Where he is
you know
now.
what I mean? It's always surprising. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's more amazing. You know what I mean? To see that, like, oh shit, he really did it. See, I
Yeah.
told y'all he was gonna do it.
Yeah.
He did it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then shout out to Westside Gun because Westside opened a lot of doors. They're in Conway.
Mm-hmm.
Opened a lot of doors. You know what I'm saying for everybody. You know what I mean? For Benny, and then the floodgates opened after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're still open. I was going to say, go just piggybacking off that. You put out the song with Benny a month ago on YouTube.
Worked hard for this.
Worked hard for this.
Yeah, worked hard.
And it's at 1 million. You know that, right?
Oh, that's get back. The get back.
Yeah.
The get back. Worked hard for this. We did last year.
Okay.
Worked hard for this was another big single.
He's at 1 million.
Yeah.
In a month.
Yeah.
That's trajectory.
That's
right
me,
there.
Benny the Busher, and shout out to my brother David Corey. A lot of people don't realize that's another guy that's been through a lot.
Okay.
So David Corey, he was through. He was on the X Factor. He's one of the finalists on the X Factor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a monster. You know what I'm saying? He was born in Brazil. He got adopted. Came to America when he was like 1. Banged it out as far as like just music and just fighting through life, situations and stuff like that. And man, he ended up on a major TV show. You know what I'm saying? He's from Maryland.
From Maryland. Okay.
So I started doing work with him in Brooklyn. I remember I did the first song with him. We were in Brooklyn, and he was like, "Yo, I like you. I'll put you on tour with me. Come on tour. You could perform the single we did together at every show." I was like, "What?" So that's what happened. I was doing stuff with him, and then when I came back home, when that ended, I came back home. I was like, I gotta get something with Benny.
Mm-hmm.
So let me do this now because I know he's about to go on the run.
Mm-hmm.
And I knocked those joints out. But I told David and I told Benny, I said, yo, I gotta get you on the joint with me and my boy David. And David, he was like, yeah, David, oh, y'all heard that joint y'all did. He sing right. I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I told David the same thing, and I eventually did it. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brothers, Killer Fraction Red, Killer Fraction Music Group. We're working on a project together.
Okay.
So shout out to Killer Fraction Music Group. Ray, that's a great dude. It's my brother right there. He's out in the BX. And Fraction Music. That's the producer. So I'm working on a project with them, and then Ray's like, yo, you think we can get you and Benny on a joint? I'm like, yeah. I reached out to Tony. Shout out to Tony DeMiro.
Yep.
I reached out to Tony because Benny's busy real. So I reached out to Tony. Tony set it up, lined it up, and I had the song. It was actually me singing it, get back, and then David was out here with me doing a video.
Okay.
For we were doing on Fire and I Love It, and I told David, yo, you want to get on the joint with me and Benny? You know what I mean? He was like, what you mean? We're going to the studio tomorrow. He's like, man, I'm with it. So he's like, what's the song? I'm like, boom. I showed him the song. He got it. He started. Now, David, I can't sing like David. David, that's another reason why I was like, man, shoot, man, what? I'm just going to delete my part, and you going to sing it. David, like, he started hitting them notes. I'm like, yep, let's go. So, man, we set the studio up, and I remember, never forget, man. I told Benny was there. Everybody came up there. We was at GCR, and I told Benny, I'm like, yo, David about to come. He's about to pull up. He's like, well, David coming too? Okay, where? So it was all organic right there in the studio. Benny laid out in his joint, and man, we just, that's how that joint came together.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fire. Because, I mean, it's obviously it's going off right now.
Yeah.
Get back. The Get Back, the biggest one so far.
Yep.
We said so far, too. That's the key word.
So far, yeah.
You got things in the chamber, I would say, It's been too much, but.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
Another one is coming.
Yeah, another one is coming. Yeah.
Speaking of just going into like collaborations and features, I know a lot of it's organic.
Yeah.
When it comes down to like, I guess I know there's a label side of things too, and you're probably not signed right now.
No.
Not a label, so you can do what you want in that aspect. How does that work with features? Do people like contact you to get them, or
I mean, it all depends on who's like what. Like so, like it all depends on how the feature is brought. So, like, for instance, Worked Hard for This is a great example. Ray was doing another song with Benny, and now Ray is from Killer Fraction and Fraction Music. They were working on another song for their artist, The Shark. Shout out to the Shark. He's a legend on the BX. They were doing a joint together, him and Benny, and they just, they reached out to me like, yo, I got this joint with Benny and the Shark, and I gotta be a banger. And I know when you touch, I know that you're gonna turn this into.
That's dope.
Cause you got some artists that's just they gonna get on it. They're gonna do their ones and twosies.
Yep.
But they know Balistic gonna turn it into something.
Balistic.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it into a record. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right. He sent me a couple beats. We was right here. Matter of fact, it happened right here in Sweet Sound. So I was with Cito, and I'm like, yo, they just hit me up. They want me to do a joint with Benny and Shark. So I had heard a couple beats, and there was this one beat, and it had almost like the Scarface type theme. So if you listen to Worked Hard for This, you hear Scarface saying, what he's in the movie when he's like, I worked hard for this. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that part.
So that part is in the beginning, and that's where that song came from. But I got to shout out to my other boy Ray, because Ray did call me when I was working on the song. When I was trying to come up with a theme. He calls me. I don't know. My boy calls me like at 2 a.m. And I'm like, "What's up, bro?" He's like, "Yo, you know when Scarface when he's like, I worked hard for this."
At 2 in the morning?
Like 2 in the morning. Yo, what's up, bro?
That was meant to be.
Everything good? This is exactly how he is. Yo, you know in Scarface when he says, I worked hard for this? I'm like, it's like 2:30. I'm like, yeah. But what he didn't realize is I was up zoning in my zone. You know what I mean? And he's like, yo, you gotta come up with a song. Like when he's like, man, I worked hard for this. Man, I ain't heard nobody ever say that. You gotta let him know, like, yo, you worked hard. I said, bet. I got you. Hung up the joint and then I was just listening to the beat. I worked hard, swear to God, I worked so hard. And the beat happened to be a Scarface sample. Like if you listen to the beat, it's like a Scarface sample. So that's how that song came about. So that's like how some of the songs come about. Then like, David reaches out to me. He send me some joints or I send him some joints. Dave, you want to get on this? Nah, but I could get you on go with this. I was already wanted to hear what Ballista's going to do to this. So it all depends on like how the songs come about. I reach out to a lot of people. Like we did the SAS joint for my boy. Shout out to my boy Omar with the Smurfs. And he has a brand called SAS, and he's like, yo, bro, I need you to do a joint for my brand, like how you did the Buffalo Herd joint. I said, word, but it can't be like when I make a song, like even though it's a brand type joint, I still want to make it something that's impactful and that the listener is gonna really vibe with and connect with, not just a cheesy brand joint. So he's like, yo, could we get Nems on there? So I already got history with Nems. Bing bong,
Bing bong.
So holla at Nems. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm doing a joint for my mans. Boom, 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 boom. I got this idea, and that's where strong ass shit came from. You know what I'm saying? So obviously we talking about smoking some strong ass shit. SAS is his brand, but also we talking about just being strong in life. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about being strong, having to be strong through the situation with the feds, being strong in the gym. You know what I mean? Just anything that you had to be strong out in life. So we just created that, made it a song. It's a brand. It's like to promote the brand, but also at the same time, it's an anthem. But at the same time, it's something that a listener
has a meaning.
It has a meaning to it. You know what I mean? You can vibe and connect to it.
And that's the best when you make like an anthem, has some meaning. Right. And you can, it's bang to it too. Yeah. Exactly. I like that. A lot. So in every single episode, I do something called a Rolling Stone round, where I do I do some this or that questions. They have nothing to do with anything. So just this or that questions. But I want to do that Rolling Stone round right now.
I'm with it, yeah.
And we'll get to it. Right. So we'll be right back.
This that new batch. We must pay homage to them.
Let's have the shot and just move on to the next one.
New Amsterdam coconut.
New Amsterdam. As long as you cook your meals, man, you're good, man. Water.
Yeah.
And a little bit of New Amsterdam.
And a little bit of New Amsterdam. Coconut.
We take sponsors.
Absolutely. Holla at us.
Shameful sponsor.
What's that? Shameless plug.
Yeah, there
you go. New Amsterdam.
Yeah, New Amsterdam.
Holla at us. Welcome to the Rolling Stone round. So we ask a bunch of, I ask a bunch of this or that questions, and whatever the first thing that comes to your mind is what you say. Yeah. And then we're taking some shots throughout. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Drink Champs. They got the idea.
Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Nori, man. Shout out to DJ FN and Nori, man. I love that show.
They are really doing
Yo,
it.
so when I watch Drink Champs, I literally wait till the nighttime, like or Friday night. I'll try to skip and wait till the nighttime, like on like a Friday night. And if I miss the episode, I'll literally pour some shots and I'll be drinking. I feel like I'm right there with them. I'm cracking up in the house by myself.
They do a great job.
Yeah, they do.
It
makes you want to have a drink and just chill.
It does.
With them. Yeah.
And great name too.
Love it.
So we'll get this started right now. So Denzel Washington or Will Smith?
Ooh, Denzel Washington or Will Smith? That's a tough one. Shit.
It is tough. We've had a lot of different answers.
I gotta say Will Smith.
Then I have to take a drink.
Yeah.
Because Denzel.
Denzel?
It's Denzel.
Woo.
I mean, we know the Fresh Prince, of course.
Yeah.
But Denzel's movies, man, his character,
yeah,
just cannot be like Training Day. My man, that's actually American Gangster. Training Day, he's like you in the office, baby. Will Smith though.
Maybe I'm being biased, so let me just have that with you. Maybe
too.
I'm being a little biased, so
after he slapped Chris Rock, I got a little bit less respect.
Yeah, I was a little upset about that. You know what I mean? I think that could have been handled differently, but let's have the shot and just move on to the next one.
New Amsterdam coconut.
That's really good.
Actually, yeah, you know what? I don't even like vodka that much. That's very good.
It's not bad.
That's hella smooth.
Smooth.
Good for y'all. Very
35% alcohol, 70 proof.
On a nice hot day like today, that worked out nice.
It worked out great, yeah.
I do a couple more. Scottsdale and Miami.
As far as teams?
No. Just
places?
Yeah.
Miami.
Yeah. Okay. Never been to Miami, so.
No?
No, I need to go.
Man, it was great.
Yeah, Mexican food or Chinese food?
Ooh, Chinese.
Chinese?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chinese.
All right. Let's see. Iron Man or Thor?
Iron Man.
Iron Man?
Yeah.
Thor's a god, though, so it's tough.
Yeah, he's a god, man, but Iron Man's that boy.
Yeah, I know. The man did a suit to make himself fly.
Yeah, and he's just rich and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just has that attitude, man. Maybe he's just Robert Downey Jr. You know
they picked the perfect Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like no one else. It's like Harry Potter. You can't know Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's the same dude.
Yeah, awesome.
This is a good one right here that may spark some discussion. Jay-Z or Future?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Jay-Z too, but Future though, if you look at the man's catalog, look at the longevity. He's your rapper's favorite rapper.
We're gonna go ahead and have a drink today.
All right, because Jay-Z is the man, but Future though,
yeah, Jay-Z.
Future the influence. Jay-Z has influence.
Salute to both.
You know?
I love Future. I've been banging the new album. I never like. What is it? I don't like.
I Never Liked You.
I Never Liked You.
Yep.
I'm banging that joint. It's like right here in my.
The Wait for You with Drake is crazy.
This is what I'm banging right now.
He got a lot of good joints on that.
It's amazing. That's right here in my catalog right now. But I Never Liked You. I'm not lying. This is definitely in my top. But Jay, man, it's Jay.
No, I can't argue with it. Jay,
that's Jay, boy.
Young Jay influenced other people just the flow that he had off the blueprint.
Jay is one of the few artists that I could still go back every time. It's like watching The Godfather to me. So what I say about watching The Godfather is I could go back and there's something that I missed every single time. It's like, how? I've watched this 100 times and I still missed it.
And it's still that good too. I can
still listen to there's so many songs in Jay's catalog that it's like, damn. But Future, Future's an amazing artist. I love his growth. I love to see where he's at. And he's one of my favorite artists to listen to, and I listen to him with the shorties all the time. But Jay, it's just something as a man when you grow up and you just like, damn. I don't know if you maybe it's a street thing too. But
he's been able to adapt in all sectors, which is what makes it different.
Yeah, he talks all types. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's been able to do it
right.
But
I'm on the street, so he talks some stuff that just be like, it's like West Side. West Side. Shout out to West Side. West Side talk. He talked that high class art and federal talk.
Yes,
you gotta know what you gotta. He's the only one to mix that Fed street, federal prison talk with street and high fashion.
And high fashion.
Like, whoa, he's the first one to do that.
Cheers to that, my brother.
Cheers to that.
Now we're in a shoe store filled with these type of shoes. So this is going to be interesting. But Yeezys or Jordans? Jordans?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Can't argue with it. I actually don't own a pair of Yeezys.
I love Yeezy. Yeah, I don't own a pair of Yeezys though. That's the thing. Yeah, so I gotta go.
Price tag a little bit. Even though we do well, price tag a little bit high for me to bring myself to spend
I'm definitely gonna say Jordan.
Definitely gonna say Jordan.
Yeah.
So teleportation or time travel?
Ooh. I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna see if I could. You don't have to have one. You know, that's all right. If you want, but time travel or teleportation. Ooh, that's tough. Wow, they're both like amazing. So I want to do a comic book for Balistic Man, and maybe I want to give him one of these powers. Like I would love for Balistic Man to be, and like I wanted a character in DC or Marvel. So one of these time travel or teleportation. I would say time travel.
Time travel?
Yeah. I mean, because if I can't save a family member, maybe I could go back in time and save him some other way.
Yeah.
I mean,
or you can travel anywhere in the world.
I was just gonna say, can I just travel anywhere in the world with time travel?
In seconds.
So yeah, I will go with time travel. I'm gonna have to say.
Oh, I guess you could repeat it. You could just go backwards.
I want to go back. Like, does your destination change? Because I could literally say I want to go back 1 minute, but in Egypt. Time travel.
Time travel.
Blow your mind. I'm gonna go with time.
Blow my mind.
Yeah.
That's one of the
I'll
first.
go with time travel. Yeah. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Ooh, Michael.
Michael?
But I love Prince.
Woo! Artist formerly known as.
Yes. I would definitely.
It's a tough one.
I got to go with Michael, though.
I mean, Michael is a god of pop.
Michael, definitely Michael. He's one of my favorite artists.
Mine too.
I was like, people don't know that I have a real rich history. So I had a single called "Bad to Me" that came out not too long ago. Okay. I don't know if y'all realize I'm wearing the Thriller jacket.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to show you how big of an inspiration Michael is in like not even 10 seconds. So this is how big Michael is. Can you tell me what that cover is? It's a combination of two, Bad and Thriller.
And Thriller. Yeah, I was going to say
Bad and Thriller. Can they get that on camera? That's how big of an inspiration Michael is. So that's a cover right there.
I'll get that zoomed in. That's hard.
That's the Thriller jacket, and that's the bad covers. Yeah, Michael Jackson.
That might be my favorite album.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
So I got to go with Michael.
It was crazy Prince, in like 10 years. They might
I know him and
King of Pop Drake.
Him and Prince had that rivalry forever. So.
Oh, there's got to be. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
They got to be a rivalry, you know.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan or LeBron?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
It's easy in my opinion, but some people like to argue over that. Let's see here. To win the lottery or find your soulmate?
Fuck. Win the lottery and I'll find my soulmate later. Yes. New Amsterdam coconut.
Go ahead, New Amsterdam coconut.
It goes down nice and
I've heard exactly that before. Win the lottery, find my soulmate later.
Yeah.
That's good right there.
And I'll have time travel power.
I'll be able to find it twice.
Find a couple soulmates.
We'll see what happens.
Need to be rich first though.
Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Ferrari,
really?
Yeah. I like the bodies of the Ferraris.
There's a lot of different ones.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Lambo.
I believe we had a Ferrari in our last video. That's why too. So me and Get Back. Me and Sita were like, we need a red Ferrari, and we get to shout out to Mitch and the firm and everybody. It's where we shot the video.
Okay.
And Adam and everybody from Hyde and all them boys. Shout out to Kenny, Mitch, the whole crew. But a buddy pulled up. I believe his name is Mike, and he pulled up with a red Ferrari.
Really?
And we were saying we need. I can't remember. We said we need a red Ferrari in the video, and he pulled up. Yeah.
With a red Ferrari. The firm. I feel like I know.
I was like, what in the? With me and Sita were just shocked because we didn't ask him to or nothing. All of a sudden, it was the same exact one we want. We were looking at it. We were like, yo, it just drove up on the lawn, and we were like, he got out the car. He's like, yeah. They said there was a video today, but they told us to come over. I mean, ask Sito. He'll tell you. He'll come in there. We think it was some sign because no one knew. It was just me and him talking about it, and the dude just rolls up right on the lawn with it. And we were just looking at each other like, "Did you do this?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "No, did you?"
That's manifestation.
Manifestation.
You put in the universe, and it comes back and pops on the lawn.
So come to Sweet Sound and manifest your dreams.
Literally. So we got hurricane or earthquake. Yep.
I don't think I want either one of those.
National disasters at you. Hurricane or earthquake.
National disasters. What can I? I don't know, man. They're fucking scary. I'll probably do a hurricane, maybe.
Do a hurricane?
Maybe. I think.
I say hurricanes because I've been in hurricanes.
Yeah.
Been in blizzards.
It feels like an earthquake that you're just fucked.
Yeah.
It feels like a hurricane. You might be. It just feels like fucking
It depends.
Earthquake. I don't know,
it
man.
Depends. You either falling through roofs or swimming through the streets like Katrina.
I mean, I could swim.
I can swim
get
too.
A boat. I just feel like I could make it through a hurricane before I could make it through
an earthquake.
Through an earthquake. I don't know.
I could feel that.
I feel like earthquake. You just you could be fucked up.
Yeah, you can't really go to any places besides underground.
Yeah.
And even
If
then,
you fall too
the
far,
ground is shaking.
sinkhole comes out or something, you're fucked.
Crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Crunchy.
Really?
Every week I buy crunchy.
Kevin agrees. I don't
Yes.
know. I don't
Kevin.
know. Steve,
The
what you
man.
think? Smooth?
Nah, I mean, it depends on the mood. I got both in my house.
Really?
Yeah, I got both.
Oh, so you're one of those guys like dip and dabble. You have a little bit of soft, a little bit of crunch. Okay, I might just
Sometimes do half.
half and half, right? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
No,
wow.
I'm 100% crunchy.
Crunchy?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
What do you eat, grape jelly or strawberry?
Grape jelly.
Grape jelly?
Yeah.
I'm strawberry all day.
Yeah. Sorry, it's the
Strawberry jam.
it's the New Amsterdam
It's the New Amsterdam
coconut.
coconut.
Kicking
Where's
it.
DJ Khaled? New Amsterdam coconut.
Another one.
Another one. Let's see. I might get. Let's see. Like 2 more questions in here. Let's see what we got.
Join the herd. Buffalo
Join the
herd.
herd. Boom.
Join the herd. New Amsterdam.
88.
88. New Amsterdam coconut. 70 proof.
Leo or Brad Pitt?
Ooh. Leo.
Leo?
Yeah, it's my guy right there.
Okay.
I'll never let go.
Leo is the man for me.
Leo.
For obviously Wolf of Wall Street,
Oh my God.
but
yeah.
also The Revenant. Because this man almost died, like on the set of The Revenant, just as acting. He almost caught frostbite and died in one of the scenes just to go that hard.
He was ready to go that
And
hard.
in Django, when he bangs on the like on the table and he starts bleeding,
Yeah.
it's real blood.
Holy fuck.
Real blood. He does that and they didn't stop the scene. He just kept going.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you got to be real in character to bang and really start bleeding.
I
And
don't
just
think
continue.
I think when he's in that mode, I don't think he even I don't
Thinks
think
about
he's
it.
here anymore. No,
No.
yeah, I don't even think that's him. That's not Leo anymore. That's his character.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
he's so it's like just keep filming.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
though.
at that
I mean,
point.
shout out to Brad Pitt too. 'Cause
Yeah,
Brad is good. All the
That's
Ocean
that's a
movies.
that's a hard pick. But Leo, I mean, we could go right to what is that? Is that Departed?
Oh, Departed. Yeah, with Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
But that's
I only saw it for the first time, like, I won't lie, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I saw The Departed. And I've heard about it for many years.
Mm.
And that end threw me for a loop. Was not expecting anything at all.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
that was amazing.
So top 3 movies, like Desert Island movies, if you had to last the whole entire life watching 3 movies for the rest of your life, what would they be?
The Godfather.
Oh, which part?
It might even be. I would just have to probably go with The Godfather 1 and 2, and then I need it can't be one. It needs the entire season of The Sopranos.
Really?
Or The Godfather. Can we just do The Godfather 1 and 2 as 1? Maybe Carlito's Way as 2, and the entire season of The Sopranos as 3.
All gangster. Real gangster shit.
Yeah,
Gangster shit. I've never seen The Sopranos, and I've been told to see The Sopranos many times.
I could watch it.
Never
over
seen
and over.
Carlito's Way either.
I could watch it over and over again, bro.
That's crazy. I'm gonna pour one more just as we continue on.
New Amsterdam coconut.
New Amsterdam Coke.
70 proof. Join the herd. Join the herd.
Another one.
Shameful plugs.
Built different.
Built
Just
different.
plug in the whole way. Just plug in the whole way. You know. Really on the plug. Future.
Balistic Man. Join the herd.
I do love that design though.
Yeah.
That's a great
Oh
design.
yeah, shout out to Nova Vision, my creative director. He does everything from the designing to the videography, the artwork, everything that we do is all because of him. You know what I'm saying? He puts a lot of stuff together. He did this artwork here, and then me and Sito we did this with Buffalo Herd. We just we want to put a little bit of Buffalo on it.
A little flair to it, 'cause
Yeah,
I
a little
like
bit of
these.
culture. Yeah, so we got Buffalo Herd. So that's the brand. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Join the herd.
All
You
the
know what I'm
jerseys.
saying? Yes, sir.
Shout out to the man too because he gave us free shirts.
Yeah, Buffalo
Which
Herd.
we'll be wearing.
Yes. Make sure
Shout
you
out to that.
tag us, tag the page.
Absolutely.
New Amsterdam,
Yes. I love it.
Coconut.
I love it.
70 proof.
That was a great Rolling Stone round.
I
And
think it was.
I think it was really good. I like that a lot.
Salute to that.
Yeah, salute to the
Salute to the Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stone. And as we go, cheers, getting back into the music.
Yeah.
Let's take the shot first. This gets deeper into it because I it's called Built Different.
Right.
So I love figuring out what really motivates people and gets them going. So what drives you as a person and an artist to continue doing this every single day? Because this industry is not, this industry is one of the most difficult industries you can be in.
Yeah, it is.
And you could be hot for a second. You could take that and then use the money and do something else. You
Yeah.
could be happy with that. But longevity takes.
You know what, man? Just being me, music is a part of my life. Like I tell people, like it's like brushing my teeth. It's like working out. When I feel inspiration or I feel inspired, I get to write. You know what I mean? And I put it out, just to give the world a piece of me. depending on how far it goes is how far it goes. But it's just something that I do. It's a passion for me, and I tell people that's why I don't do too many collaborations. I don't do too many. I'm like, yo, listen, man. I'm not just rapping. I'm giving you a piece of my life on each song. You know what I mean? When I'm done, sometimes I'm so drained that I don't want to do nothing for the rest of the day. So it's just something that I will be doing regardless. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I wake up, people done see me outside working out by myself or at the gym, wherever. I'm like, this is what I do. You know what I mean? So I'm just built different because it's me, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been through so much in my life. It's a form of meditation, clarity. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just me. I think just therapy.
Therapy, self-expression too.
Yeah, self-expression. I think everybody needs a little bit of that, depending on what you do. Some people do art. Some people do fashion. Some people do music. Some people do it all. Some people play sports. You know what I'm saying? It's just my outlet. To each his own. Everybody has their own, but that's just what I do, man. And when I'm just putting out my energy into the world. That's all. You know what I mean? I could die tomorrow, and I know I just put my energy out into the world. So I'm just doing that, man. And I'm trying to keep the culture alive too. I'm trying to, like, when I do it, I'm giving my life to the culture. You know what I mean? To the culture of hip hop, the culture of Buffalo, the culture of everything. You know what I mean? Just branding, just showing people a way of life. You know what I mean? And that telling my story and letting them know there's somebody out there right now. Like, I get people all the time that hearing my story, they're like, oh my God, like if everything that you've been through, and you got this fire,
let them know they can do it too.
Let them know, like, listen,
and that's what I love about it. And that's what I love about it. I can say that very humble and have a story to tell. For other people who may feel like they can't do, you know what I'm saying, they can't do it. Right. That you have people around you and influences that you see in your own community and neighborhood that are doing it. Right. So let them know that they can. You know.
Yeah, and to get out that dark place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was telling my boy about the inspiration for Buffalo Herd. So Buffalo Herd, when I came over Buffalo Herd, I had seen this video on buffaloes, and a lot of people don't know this, but so buffaloes are like the only group of mammals, only group of like herd, like animals that if a storm is coming, they don't run from the storm, they run towards it, because they know subconsciously that if they run towards the storm, they'll get past the storm, compared to other animals that will run away from the storm and the storm just keeps coming after them. And that's
crazy.
That when I heard about that, you know what I mean?
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. So you could look it up. So
wow.
They run, when you run towards the storm, it's just in their mind, they know if they run towards it, they'll get past, they'll get through it faster. And the storm, all the other animals that are running from it, the storms keeps chasing them. So you got to face your storms in life, you know what I'm saying? And I've been through a lot of storms in life, you know what I mean? I've been through it all, you know what I mean? From streets to prison to everything you could think of, family, drama, everything you could think of, financial situations, just everything. And if you just face the storm head on, you know what I mean? Then you're going to get through it. So that's the whole meaning behind Balistic Man, behind Buffalo Herd, behind all that. So join the herd.
Join the herd. I say cheers to that. You can answer my next question. I'll even go through that 1 second.
Yeah.
New Amsterdam vodka.
New Amsterdam. Coconut.
But I was even going to say, how do you deal personally with self-doubt? You know what I'm saying? Because that's a thing that everyone goes through. And you kind of answered it. Just taking it head on.
Man, just take it head on, man. Listen, you can't never really lose. You can only learn.
Yep.
And I learned that the hard way, you know what I mean? Just that, have some faith in yourself, man, and just do it. You know what I mean? Do whatever it is that you want to do. I mean, hopefully it's like constructive.
Exactly.
I mean, don't take the gun right now and blow your brains out or go kill the next person on the street. Don't do that. But anything like that you feel like might be, so this person might laugh at me, or I might not be that good, or I might just do it.
Just do it. That Nike slogan is so powerful.
Yes, it is.
Even though it's just 3 words. Like sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone and just do it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're not gonna grow. Yeah. And like I think it's a lot of drawback to many people. Just like because if you don't try, you don't fail.
Right.
But if you don't fail, you don't grow.
Yeah.
So it's a double edge. You have to be willing to do that. And sometimes it's a lot easier than you think it is. Yeah. Like once you get to doing something, it's a lot easier than you think it is. You know?
You get to doing it, man. You learn it, and you just get to a certain level, man. It's like somebody asked me, like, man, how'd you get all? How's it feel to do a song with this person, do a song with that person? I'm like, man, it's just like doing a song with. Now that you're doing it, it's like doing it with this person or that person, or doing a song with it. It's like I've been doing it for so long, and just grinding for so long that it was just inevitable that things were gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's not about it's about, who's gonna stand out, and weather the storm the longest, pretty much. The people that last, you know what I mean, through everything, and they're gonna get to where they want to go, you know what I mean. And I just knew that, you know what I mean. Just keep doing what I do, and eventually, some bigger things that happen. So that's all that it is, It's the storm. It's the storm coming. We're going through it. And every collaboration, everything that we do, is another raindrop hitting your head. You know what I'm saying? Through the storm. And that's all.
There's always bumps.
Yep.
And you even said in a letter to Eminem that you listen until I collapse.
Yep.
And it keeps you going.
Yeah.
I do too, because that's one of the best songs that I've ever. I mean,
yeah.
You listen any time of day. You can't give up when you listen until I collapse.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he just spits.
I got a lot of inspiration from that. Yep, worked hard for this. You know what I mean? That's where I got like songs like that from. Just like, and that's what I've been on, man. Strong as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Songs like that. You know what I mean? Is just trying to do stuff that somebody's gonna hear and be like, damn, like yo, that shit makes me want to
go grind.
Go grind. You know what I mean?
Grind. Go get it and motivate it.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So I asked this question to everyone at the end of the interview. But where does, and it's like twofold. Where does Balistic Man see himself in 3 to 5 years? You can say personally. And you can say, I guess, musically as well. I know they kind of coincide, but
just, you know what? I couldn't even tell you that because I live for the moment, man. So I never, like, and some people say it's bad. Oh, well, you need to think like that. And it's like, but I could walk out tomorrow and die. I could walk out right now outside and get shot. Because I've seen it happen to the best of us. You know what I mean? When that happened with Nipsey, it was just shocking. You know what I mean? Shocking. So I couldn't really tell you, but where I would love to be is way bigger than I am right now. Doing way more things. Buffalo Herd being way bigger than what it is. The music, collaborating with more artists. I just want to be alive, healthy, financially stable, and my brand to be one of the biggest things, if not the biggest things, moving in 5 years. And that's what I'm going to keep doing, but I do it day by day. I do my short-term goals to get to those long-term goals. I did not get to where I'm at and work on all these songs or get and collaborate with these artists by saying, oh, I'm going to do that. But so when I started working out, when I started training, right, I went to the rec room. I was in prison. And my man had told me, one of my people told me, yo, come through. I'm gonna train you and whenever you're ready. I went. He's like, just come check it out. And I was like, yo, I want to start right now. He's like, what? I was like, I want to do exactly what they're doing right now. He was like, what? I was like, right now. And I never looked back. Wow. I don't believe in waiting for this day, that day, or you know what I mean? I just get to it, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I've gotten so far. I just, you know what I mean? You got to get shaken, you know what I mean? You can't have that like, oh, I'm going to have this, because then if you have those expectations and things fall apart, some people be like, oh my God, exactly. it's not going, oh my God. Like one little thing falls apart and they start breaking down. It's like, yo, bro, just grind every single day as hard as you can, and it's going to be inevitable. Just like I said, like everything I've done, it's like, yo, bro, I didn't think 5 years. I just kept grinding, kept grinding, and you know what I mean? And I did what I did. So definitely I want to be bigger and do bigger and better things, man. Collaborate with more artists, new music, more music, bigger and better. The brand all over worldwide. Balistic Man touring worldwide. I would love to be doing that within 5 years. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Billionaire? New Amsterdam. Coconut.
Billionaire. You say that now. Now that just pumps me up too, because that's exactly what's supposed to happen. I think a lot more people need to think in that way, because I have a bad habit of trying to plan as much as I can in the future. So, and you can manifest whatever you want to manifest, of course, but we do need to live in the moment and realize what we have, continue to grind, and appreciate what it is right now, because we could step outside and die. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But we have to leave the impact. People need to leave the impact on the world.
Man, listen, Pistol called me. Pistol P, I'll tell you quick, even though he's going real quick. He called me, yo, listen, we got to be in Miami this weekend.
Bet.
It wasn't I gotta, yo, I'm gone. I don't care what everybody else got to figure it out. I'm out.
Yep.
Yo, you got to be here in New York on this day. Joe's opening up in YC. Hey, yo, I'm out. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, I'm not thinking about this. I'm just gone. Benny, yo, you want to come? Yo, Benny called me one time to the store. I said, oh, Benny, yo, come to man. I'm out. You know what I mean? Wherever I'm at, I'm just moving, man. Like, that's how you got to be in life, man. You can't be like, oh, I got this going on with my, nah, man. You know what I mean? I just got to grind it out, man, because right now I can walk outside and somebody could be like, boop, boop, and just shoot, and the bullet could be aiming for this person, hit me in the head, and I'm gone, and it's all over with. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to live for today, grind it out as hard as I can every single day. You know what I mean? Because I'm built different, but you know what I'm saying? Built different. You know we built different in here, baby.
My man.
Yes, sir.
My man. This has been
Appreciate
good.
you. Yeah.
I fucking love this.
Yeah.
Another one.
Another
Y'all
one.
stay tuned too, because the man got, well, he already got hits, but he got more hits coming.
We got it.
And we got big things popping.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for coming out. Thank you for watching. Peace. Balistic Man.